I went to the April 5th protest.
Photo would be a lot better.
Instead of closing out the people that you disagree with, why don't we have a conversation?
I don't disagree with Trump. I detest him.
I went there to bridge the gap between us conservatives and us liberals, to see if there's truly hatred between us like they say. And I can confirm that, unfortunately, yes, there is.
Concentrate on is not letting Trump making America his seventh bankruptcy.
Right, okay. And what can you explain on me and what you mean by that?
I don't even want to talk to you.
Well, if you're going to make a statement, I would like to know what you mean by that.
I don't care what you like. You don't
Okay.
know what you're talking about.
Well, that doesn't seem very American of you. You're going to come and say something.
American.
Right, okay.
Don't say I'm not American.
Well, a part of being American is we're able to have differences in our opinions and talk to
it's
one
not.
another.
There's only one side to the truth, and you're not telling it.
There's two sides of every coin. There's two sides.
There is not two sides of this coin. There is not.
I would say that that's very closed-minded of you. Instead of trying to close
I'm
down the other
not
people that
closed-minded.
disagree, instead of closing out the people, closing out the people that you disagree with, why don't we have a conversation?
I don't disagree with Trump. I detest him.
Let me explain to you something.
Well,
Oh,
can
the
I
planet-
there's something that I wanted to, you said something, I don't want to lose my thought of mine, so real quick. You said that we wanted to get all the Mexicans out, which is actually wrong. We don't want to it's not the Mexicans that we want out of the country. We want the illegal immigrants out.
Okay, let me explain
Well,
to you.
wait. I'm still
Okay.
on my point. Thank you.
Yeah,
We wanted the illegal immigrants that are in our country out because they were breaking the law.
exactly.
Like MS-13, which is one of the groups
Exactly.
that Donald Trump took out, because that is a group
Okay,
that was
let me
known.
explain to
Wait. That is a group that was known for raping and murdering.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
They even chopped off someone's hands. They were a very vicious group, and
Exactly.
that's the type of groups that Donald
Exactly.
Trumps are deporting
I
right now.
understand.
But that does not mean that we want all Mexican people. If
Okay.
you come here through the legal process,
Uh-huh.
you will be allowed in with open arms.
So when you try to tell me you against something illegal, right?
I'm against being
Exactly.
illegal.
And you elect the convict president to be in the White
He
House.
actually wasn't convicted. If he was convicted, he wouldn't be president
listen,
right now.
listen
He
to
would be
me.
in
I
jail.
don't know why you are so ignorant and you don't know. You
Well,
got
we're having a
system court.
conversation.
Let
Why
me-
are you
No,
insulting me? This is a
ignorant, It's
conversation.
no insult.
No,
Ignorance.
that is an
No,
insult.
no.
You're
Listen,
insulting.
let me explain to you.
Well,
the
I would
legal-
like to actually have a
Because I think-
conversation,
I
not with
think you-
someone that's going to talk down to me
Exactly.
just because you're taller and older than
No.
me.
I can be just your size. You be okay with your size. I be like your size right now. Listen, let me explain to you.
All right, so you're here protesting Trump with trans rights, right? Could you give me in particular, like, what is it about the trans rights that he's doing? I'm just unaware, so I'm just asking questions at this point. No, you don't want to answer? Okay.
Everything that leading up to taking anybody's rights to anything is completely wrong. We're all human. We're all one race.
Right.
Nobody is above anybody else.
Okay.
So,
I mean, again, I agree with that. I think everybody is equal, and everyone deserves to be who they are. And if this is truly who you guys want to be, I mean, there's no arguments for me. And I doubt that Donald Trump would be. I mean, he did host a gay wedding.
okay, bye.
Well, I mean, can I not ask?
No, I'm done. You are provoking.
Okay.
But I'd recommend maybe just like taking what you got, and then I'll work with you personally on a more personal level to try to get it in a way so that things are not as antagonistic, you know?
I do understand where you're coming from, and
Yeah.
I mean this with all the respect. I am going to use my freedom of speech and
Alright.
come here and talk to people. If these people,
Combat here.
what?
Why are you in combat here?
That's not even regulation.
It's not. I'm just wearing. It's my outfit.
Are you pro-Trump?
Does that matter? I'm here to ask questions.
We don't care if you're pro-Trump, but
I mean,
he's a piece of shit, so.
right? And you have your right to the opinion, and
He's a real piece of shit.
Okay. Is there a particular reason to why you believe that?
can't really be serious, right?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna say something like that, I would like you to give me some.
Insurrectionist, convicted felon, adjudicated rapist.
Right.
walked
Those
in on
charges
little
were
girls-
dropped.
Walked in on little girls in the dressing room.
I never heard of that.
But on the bright side of things, I was able to find people that were willing to have conversations with me, which is something that I did not really expect. I expected to go there and just be completely ostracized and treated terribly for my views.
He got really upset with me. I'm just here to ask
Yeah.
questions on the protest because I heard about it online.
Right
So the protest, like, is there something about Trump in particular that has rubbed you the wrong way about his policies that he's passed or anything that he's done?
I'm actually a veteran,
Uh-huh.
And that's what kind of got me to join on the resistance.
Mhm.
It's kind of where I drew the line.
Mhm.
So it's really about, for me, defending democracy,
Okay.
respecting people that have fought against tyranny.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be American soldiers or even military. It's just standing up for what is noble and just.
Okay. Right. Okay. And what about the what about democracy? Is it that you're protesting for? Because from what I gathered, the information I gathered online, a lot of people are saying the fact that he was voted in is democracy. So I am just, I'm a little bit confused on what it is about democracy in particular that people seem to be having an issue with Trump being the president.
Sure. So, from my opinion, I think a lot of people are confused because there's a lot of misinformation being
Right.
spread.
Right.
Did he get voted in legally? Was it correct? Was the vote tampered with in any way? Is he even legal to be president? A lot
Okay.
of questions about
Okay.
that. And for democracy, it's about protecting the longest continuous democratic republic currently running.
Okay. And I was just, aware that recently he actually passed a policy where you can only have hand-in ballots to vote, because he is actually trying to make it where there's no fraud in the legal system whatsoever. So he's making where you have to hand count ballots and it's papers and everything else. Do you agree with that policy that he passed? Do you think that that's going to do better at making sure that the American people got the person that they voted for?
I don't know enough about that. I don't have enough knowledge about that
Okay.
situation. However, I will say that's all I'll say about that.
Okay.
I really,
You want to still talk with me, or
I
you
am
don't
gonna.
want to put your video with interaction?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's already recorded.
I
I got
mean,
a
it's
record.
record there. I don't
it's
care. I've already talked to you. I see your
But
point of
the same,
view.
but
I
when
can
you
go
say-
talk to other
When
people.
you say,
Like I said, I'm gonna go
when
talk
you
to
say
other.
lie, I support.
Are you,
I
Hi.
support rape
Yeah.
people.
So I just came here because I saw like there was a protest going on, and truthfully, me being on more of the conservative side of
Yeah,
the
true that.
internet, I just wanted to come here and actually see the differences between us people and
yeah.
really show that we're truly not different. Like just because me and you
100%, yeah,
have
yeah,
different views,
Yeah.
we could still get along and talk to one another. And so
Yeah, there used to be a time where you could go into a bar
Mm.
and we could talk to each other. You might
Yeah.
be too young for that.
but
But,
I do remember being little and
But
being able to.
they would come to me and ask me like, "What's it like being gay? What's it like being trans?
Right.
Why this? Why that?"
Okay.
But now they see us in public and they assume all the propaganda that they learn is true, that we're predators and all that stuff.
Right.
And we don't talk to each other anymore because then we see them in the MAGA hats
Mm.
and we're like, "You guys are the enemies." We don't talk to each other
Okay.
anymore, so it cuts off that community.
So can
you know?
I, from a person that understands this, where they're coming from, I don't agree with everything that they say,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
I'm my own person, but can I explain to you from where they're coming from, if
Yeah,
that's
for sure,
okay?
for sure.
Okay, so first off, it's not against every trans person. Every
Yeah.
person that I've personally talked to that wasn't a raging,
Yeah.
every person that is truly conservative and that is an everyday person that you walk past, even with the
Mhm.
MAGA hat, you talk to them and they're gonna love you like a person
I
of God.
agree. It's the propaganda,
It's the
especially online.
People online, like, no offense if you like this person, but Dylan Mulvaney, and what was the other person that she had curly hair? People like that is where the conservative have issue. And then the only reason to why that is, well, I guess there's actually two reasons. One, we believe that you are perfect the way that you are, and God has made you
Yeah.
perfect. And that's where we come from. We're not saying that, you
in
being
my
trans.
culture, I was made this way. I'm Taino, so we're
Mhm.
two spirit.
Mhm.
And this all right here, natural. I was born this way. I
Right.
was born two spirit.
Okay, but so from the Christian perspective, we
Yeah.
we believe that you are beautiful the way that God made you,
Yeah.
and if you were born a female, you're beautiful female. If you were born a male, you're beautiful as a male.
Yeah.
And this is where a lot of conservatives, in my opinion, get a bad rep. We actually don't have issue when you transition? I know some of them they don't want to respect
Well,
the
yeah, Jesus accepted everybody. When you go to true Christianity, to because Christianity used to be an indigenous religion
right.
before the Romans took it and used it to like manipulate uneducated people. No offense to anybody who is Christian, but that is how it became. All indigenous cultures all throughout the world think that you are beautiful how you were created, even if you were born with a different body but a different brain, because you know how there's birth defects.
Right.
Brain scans have shown that your brain matches the body that you want to transition to.
So there is.
So it is natural, and in indigenous cultures, that's beautiful. It's got its own beauty, and there's a lot of Christians who see it in that way too. You know,
right. The reason why a lot of people have issue with the transgender community isn't the fact that you're transgender. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're trans.
It's usually feeling like it's being pushed on them, right?
It's because it does feel like it's being kind of shoved down our throats, and I can even testify because like everywhere I look now, I do see trans stuff everywhere.
Yeah,
which
that's
wouldn't
why people aren't afraid to come out of the closet anymore, and that stuff is more normalized. But we've been around for thousands of years, right? Gender dysphoria has been something that has been around. I can agree with you there. As of recently, the numbers of people coming out as trans, and these are self-identifying people, these aren't actually people that get therapy to be actually diagnosed as this. The self-diagnosed trans people is where a lot of people have taken issue with in particular, because we don't want these people to transition into another gender, especially because these hormones can and will have lasting effects on you. Real quick. So we don't want these people to transition if they are not like 10% sure. And ways to make sure that you are sure is by going through extensive therapy, because trans folk are I keep calling it, so I'm so sorry. You're canceled.
Gender dysphoria it is less than 1% of the population, and the way that it is boomed as of recently is what has worried a lot of the conservatives, because we just don't want people to say that they're trans, because right now it's the big hip thing to do, because it's how you are different, right? And so people just want to put a stop on this real quick. So these, especially kids, because that's another issue they have problem with kids. They don't want these kids to make lifelong decisions for something that they can't really change. And there's been already accounts of people changing back and saying, I really regret turning trans because now my body is
That's a very small percentage of people, number one. Number two, you can't get hormones or do any of those stuff without going through therapy. So that's already a thing. You cannot transition without going through therapy, and you need like several doctors to sign to go through surgical transition. And then with kids, it's hormone blockers. And that is not irreversible. So that's another, there's a lot of misinformation going around that people are being fed by, Fox News. No offense if you guys watch Fox News.
It's Fox News,
it's been proven in court that they're entertaining.
I mean, CNN too. You gotta, let's be real.
We're all fed our own propagandas. Even the left, we are taught, it's hard to tell the difference between a well-meaning ally and an actual enemy. And so people will be like, I'm cutting you off if you don't believe this and that. And then these people go further and further down the alt-right pipeline, which is, it's propaganda, because then you got people like Andrew Tate, who takes advantage of usually younger white men, boys.
I hate Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's a piece of crap.
I want to show that there is going to be unity between us again. That liberals and, Republicans or conservatives and Democrats, whatever you want to call it, we're really not truly all that different.
We are back in the car after the protest. We cooled off a little bit, had some water. My voice is gone. It's no buenos. Yelling over these people, it was kind of hard to hear. My ears are ringing. There was a bunch of honking. It was kind of crazy. So what did I learn from this experience? I've learned that there are extremists out there that won't let you speak because of your opinion, but I also learned that that's not every single person out there. There are people out there that want to have conversation, and that is what my channel is going to be about. We are going to try to bring as many differing opinions together, because I'm kind of tired of seeing the left being painted as monsters, and I'm tired of seeing the right being painted as monsters. We're all Americans. I love you, and I would hope that you love me even if we have a differing opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a good day. Bye.